tips. I'm going to show you how to make this cute little market bag. Now I know this bag looks kind of small the way I'm holding it here, but once you start putting stuff in it, these bags stretch, okay? And these bags are brand new. I just made them. Once you start using them and the yarn relaxes and has been stretched a few times, they do get slightly bigger with use, okay? Now this bag here has been made with the exact pattern that I'm going to show you in this video. And I also have the pattern for sale on Ravelry. It's only $2. A nice printable PDF. We'll make this size bag. And the pattern, I also explain how to make it bigger. Now this bag here, I made bigger. And I want to tell you something right quick. I say this at the end of the video, but I want to make sure that you hear it now as well. When you go to make the handles and you make the bag bigger, all you have to do when you start, chaining the 90 stitches, just make sure that when you start to make that second strap, it's just kind of evenly spaced, So you want to just take your work and you'll just lay it down flat, and then you'll just eyeball it to see where you need to start. There's a hair where you need to start your other handle. Okay? Because if you make it bigger, then the handle counts are going to be a little bit off in the pattern. But it's real easy to adjust. Once you get it made, once you get it in your hands and you lay it down and look at it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, I use a 4.5 millimeter hook in this video. You can use a 5 millimeter. You can use whatever size you want. But keep in mind that the bigger the hook, the looser your stitches are going to be and the more the bag will stretch. Okay? So anyway, let's get into it. Alrighty, y'all, let us get started. First off, what you're going to need, you're going to flip this around. This is a 4.5 millimeter hook. And listen, I can't find my other hook that I usually use for this, my other 4.5, but the battery's dead in this one. But anyway, you know what? It's the same size. It'll work. That's why I'm using it. And you're also going to need some cotton yarn. Now this is the Sugar and Cream Ombres in the color Summer Prince. That's what I'm going to be using. And you're going to need roughly 6 ounces of cotton yarn. Okay, now for this pattern, I do have the pattern all typed up in a lovely little PDF. And I have that available for sale on Ravelry. It's only $2, okay? And it takes time to put these things together, to type out the pattern, convert it to the PDF, upload it, take the photos and everything. And I do have tips and tricks, and I show you how in that pattern where you can adjust the size of this bag to make it larger or smaller. So I'm going to put the link down below for that. Like I said, only $2, and it really helps to support the channel, and it helps me out. But we're going to start off with a magic circle. If you don't like the magic circle, you want to chain 3, and then join with a slip stitch to make a hoop, a loop, circle, whatever you want to call it. Chain 2, and then get into the pattern. But for me, I'm going to be using the magic circle, and I just hold mine like this, cross it over like an X, and then tuck it under that loop, and there we go. Stick that right there. All right, now we're in business. We have our magic circle, so you're going to chain 2, and then you are going to do 6 half double crochets into that loop. So you're going to go around and into the circle, pull it up, loop around and pull it through, and that is your half double crochet. So you're going to do 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, now let's pull this tight. Now, if you are a beginner crocheter, and if I'm going a little bit too fast for you, I do have a bunch of beginner videos. If you would, just check out my Crochet for Beginners playlist. Now, we're going on to round number 2, and this is going to be worked in continuous rounds. We are not joining or anything like that, continuous rounds. Round number 2, you're going to increase in each stitch around, which will give you a total of 12. So an easy way that I do this is, see, this is your first stitch here. Just count back. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now you're going to work a half double crochet into that stitch. Oh, my hook is squeaking. And then work another one. So that is 2. And the next one, you're going to do 1 and 2, 1, whoopsie doodle, 1 and 2. Okay, so that is 6, and we're going to go all the way around until we have 12. Okay, we're at the end of round 2, and then this is what I do with the magic circle, okay? I never just work over the tail, all right? Because then you run the risk of it coming apart. I always tie a pretty sturdy knot like that, and then I'll go back later and work this in with my yarn needle. But now what we're going to do is, I need to get something with which to mark. I have it. I'm just going to use a piece of yarn, and then I'll lay it just like so. Okay, just hold that out of the way over here. So now round number 3, we are going to work an increase and then a half double, and we're going to do that all the way around for a total of 18 stitches. So let's work an increase like so, and then a half double. An increase, and then a half double, increase, half double, all the way around. Okay, moving on to round number 4. I'm just going to move my marker here. And now we're going to slowly just start to increase using the rules of increase in crochet. But anyway, I'm going to walk you through it. So round number 4, we are going to do an increase. We're going to hold our hook correctly for one. That helps quite a bit. Increase. Now we're going to half double crochet times 2. 1 and 2. Increase. And then 1 and 2. We're going to do that all the way around. Increase, and then 1 and 2. Moving on to round number 5. I'm going to be doing the same thing, but just a different number. We're going to increase. So work 2 stitches together. We're going to increase. Oh, Lordy. We're going to drop our yarn. And then we're going to do 3 half doubles. So 1, 2, and 3. Increase. Sometimes this yarn just wants to stick, doesn't it? So increase, and then 1, 2, 3. 1. Whoopsie. 2 and 3. And it doesn't help that I'm trying to hold my arms out in front of me, you know, so I can make the video. Usually I'm holding it down in my lap, so that's a little bit awkward. Now we're going to do our increase, and then 1, 2, 3 again. So 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to do that all the way around. That will give you a total of 30 stitches. Okay, we have our 30 stitches, and now we are moving on to round number 6. Okay, so round number 6, we are, of course, going to start off with our increase. And it's okay if your work starts to curl a little bit. That's fine, we're making a bag. And now we're going to do 4. 1, get some yarn, and 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, increase. There's our increase. And then 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and now we're going to repeat that all the way around until you get to the end, and that should give you 36 stitches. Okay, so there We are done with round number 6, and now we are moving on to round number 7. So round number 7, we're still doing an increase row, okay? And I promise we're going to be done with the increases here in a little bit, okay? This won't last forever. All right. So now what we're going to do here, round number 7, we are doing our increase, of course. Increase. And then we're going to do 5 half double crochets. So there is 1, 2, whoopsie. I'm trying to go slow. When I go slow, I goof up. And then there's number 3, and number 4, and number 5. Okay? And you're going to do that same thing all the way around, just like we've been doing. Increase, and then half double crochet 5 times. Increase, 5, increase, 5, all the way around, and you should have 42 stitches at the end of this round. Okay, we're moving on to round number 8. So we are going to do our beginning increase, and now we are going to do 6 half double crochets. Okay, increase and then 6. So that is 2, 3, 4, whoopsie, and 6, and then an increase. Okay, so now do that all the way around until you get back to the beginning, and you should have 48 stitches in this round. Okay, these stitch counts are kind of important, so pay attention to your counting. So should have 48 all the way around. Increase 6, increase 6, increase 6. Okay, we're almost done with the increase rows, I promise. So now we are moving on to round number 9, and we are going to do something. Okay, we're going to do our increase, and then we're going to do 7. Okay, so that was our increase. Now 7. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. Okay, so now you're going to want to repeat that all the way around. Increase 7, increase 7, increase 7, all the way around, and you should have a total of 54 stitches at the end of this one. All right, this is the last of our increase rows, I promise you. So this is round number 10. Well, rows. I said increase rows. I meant increase rounds. Y'all know what I mean. Anyway, what we're going to do, of course, is we are going to start off with our increase. So, so there's the increase. This hook does not work that well with cotton yarn, I'll tell you. Now, you can use a bigger hook if you want to, okay? I just prefer to use a 4.5. I think it just makes the stitches neater and tighter looking, okay? You can use a 5 if you want to. But anyway, there's our increase, and now we're going to do 8, okay? So 8 half doubles. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and now you're going to do that all the way around. Let's flatten this out. You're going to do your increase 8, increase 8, increase 8 all the way around. And when you're done with this round, you should have 60 stitches. Okay, this last stitch count is very important. So make sure that you have 60 stitches. The way that this bag works is to make the netting come out properly and make it look good is the number of stitches that you end with on the base of your bag needs to be divisible by 4, okay? So we're ending on 60, but like I said, in the pattern, I'll tell you how to make the bag bigger or smaller. But anyway, carry on, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we are done with the base of the bag now. I have 60 stitches all the way around, and I took out my stitch marker because I don't need it from here on out. I don't. You can use one if you want to. So now we're going to move on to the netting. Okay, so the netting starts with round 11, and what we're going to do is we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to skip 3 stitches and then make a single crochet. So skip 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet. Chain 4, 2, 3, 4. You're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the 4th one. Get some more yarn. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet into the 4th one. Okay? And this is what it's starting to look like. So now you want to do that all the way around, and when you get to the end, you should have 15 of these little chain 4 spaces. Okay? So I'm going to work on that, and I'll be back. All right, so we have gone all the way around, and now we have 15 of our little chain 4 spaces. All right, so moving on to round 12, we're going to get some more yarn, and what we're going to do now is we're going to continue on with the netting design, okay? So this is how it should look at the end of that round. So what you're going to do is just slip stitch into that chain 4 space right there, just slip stitch. And that has now moved us over into the position where we need to be. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet into that next chain 4 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet into that next chain 4 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet into that next chain 4 space. Okay, and now we're going to do this all the way around. Okie dokie, so we are at the end of round number 12, and we are all the way back to where we started here. All right, so from this round on out, from rounds 13 through 31, you don't have to slip stitch over anymore. So we're at the end. All you're going to do is just chain 4, and you're just going to keep going around and around and around. 3 and 4. Need some more yarn, and single crochet into that chain 4 space. 2, 3, 4, and then single crochet into that chain 4 space. Okay, that's all that you're doing from here on out. Like I said, on up to round 31, you're just going to chain 4 and then single crochet into the next chain 4 space, round and around and around. Okay, so let me finish working on this, and then we'll come back and start on round number 32. All right, so we have come to the end of round number 31. All right, and you're probably looking at this and saying, that bag is not very big. But listen, this yarn is new. It's a little bit stiff. And once you start using these bags, they do stretch. Okay, the stitches start to relax. See, and the bag is really going to stretch. Okay, so don't look at it and say, oh, it's too small to really use for a market bag. This is the size that I like, you know, because I think if you make the bag too big and then you pile a bunch of stuff in, it hurts your shoulder. It's hard to carry. I like them about this size, but like I said, you can make them smaller or larger, and the pattern explains that. But they do stretch quite a bit, so don't think it's too small. All right, we are at the end of round 31. Okay, let's get some yarn. And as you can see here, this was my last chain 4. And then this last stitch here, I did not single crochet into the next chain 4 space. This is a half double crochet, okay? Because we're going to start up our half double crochets again. So that very last stitch needs to be a half double crochet. So now what we're going to do is we are going to do 3 more half double crochets into that same stitch, okay? See this here? We're going to do 3 more. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. This stitch here, you're going to do 1 half double into that stitch. Now we're going to do 3 half doubles in this chain 4 space. Oops, it slipped. Sometimes this yarn splits too. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. Half double into that stitch there. 1 and 2 and 3, and then half double into that stitch there, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to repeat that all the way around, doing 3 half doubles in each of the chain 4 spaces, 1 half double in each of these stitches, and then when you get all the way back around, work 4 half doubles into this last chain 4 space. All right, work on that and I'll be back. All right, we are moving right along. We are now going to do rows 33 and 34. So you should have 60 stitches from your previous round. And now we're just going to continuously go around for 2 more rounds, just doing 1 half double crochet in each stitch. And like I said, you should have 60 stitches all the way around. So we're going to do 2 rows of this one and the next one, rounds, I keep saying rows, rounds 33 and 34, just half double crochets, okay? And then when we come back, we are going to start making the handles. All right, let me work on this for a few minutes. All right, so I'm finished with round 34, and I'm going to take out my marker here because I don't need it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start working on the handles. And to do that, we're going to chain 90. I know, you're like, oh, 90, that's a lot of stitches, but that's the most comfortable length that I've found for the handles, okay? That's what I like. So we're going to chain 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so on and so forth. All right, I have my chain of 90 here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to skip 8 stitches and then half double crochet into the next 22. Okay, so let's pick this up. Let's take a look. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap my yarn. So we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then make a half double crochet into that 9th stitch. Okay, so that was our 1 half double crochet. Now we're going to do it in the next 22. All right, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now go until you have 22. Okay, so I have done my 22 half double crochet. Then once I got to the end of that, I chained another 90. Okay, because this is going to be the other handle. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap my yarn around, and then we're going to skip 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then half double crochet into that 9th one. Okay. So now you're going to make another total of 22 half double crochets across here between the edges of your handle. Okay. So there is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then keep going until you have 22. I just finished with round 35 and I have done the last 22 half double crochets. Okay, so now for rounds 36, 37, 38, and 39, you're going to make a half double crochet in each stitch all the way around, which means you're also going to be making half double crochets in each one of the chains, okay? Because this is going to build up your handles. And I make the handles wide, like I said, because these bags are meant to carry produce and they're going to be a bit heavy. So a nice wide strap kind of helps to take the pressure off your shoulder. You know, we all have enough pressure on us. We need to take some pressure off. So, you know what? I'm not even going to mark this. I'm not even going to mark this. I'm just going to work around. So this first one here could be a little bit hard to see. So this is where we left off. So if you look right here, this is our first chain, okay? So you're going to want to work a half double crochet into that. And then just work a half double crochet into each and every chain. Like so. And it's a bit difficult to do on camera because, like I said, I'm usually holding this down in my lap, okay? Okay, and each stitch around. So all the way around. And when you get over here, see, this is your last chain here. You're just going to start working them in each one of these. All the way around. Half doubles all the way around for rounds 36, 37, 38, 39. And you should have 224 stitches, all right? So go ahead, work those rounds, and when we come back, I'm going to show you how to taper it off so that your round doesn't just stop abruptly and then you know you have a gap, okay? So let me work on that and I'll be back. All right, my friends. Look, I found my hook. And it did fall down between the seats in the car. It fell out of my bag, I guess. Because I always have crochet with me when I go take one of my animals to the vet because they're such a long wait. So I sit there and work on stuff. But anyway, we're at the end of round number 39 and we're getting ready to finish this off. So I'm just going to take my marker out here. Now, as you can see, there is quite a cat hair. There's quite a big jump between this and the next stitch. Okay. Now, if you just finish it off right here, it's not going to look all that nice. So when I'm doing these things in the round and then I come to the end, what I like to do is taper the stitches down. Okay, so we ended with a half double crochet. So in the next stitch, you're going to do a single crochet. And in the next stitch, you're going to do a slip stitch. Okay, you see how that just tapered it down pretty nicely and that looks all nice and even. All right, so we're going to find our scissors, let's cut our yarn, and we're just going to finish off. I'm just going to chain one and pull it through. And then tighten it down, okay? You see how that's all nice and flat there. All right, so you're going to sew away your ends and your bag is going to be done. Now, I'm going to be using these needles here. I love these. I had a pack of these. I've used them for so long and then I lost them. You know how things go. Lost them and didn't know where they were. So my friend Monica Hall, my Facebook friend, my lovely Facebook friend, has sent me this package right here. And I like these. You'll see they come in 3 different sizes and the eyes are really large. It is really easy to get your yarn through there. So if you want a package of these, I'm going to put the link in the description box down below. You can get these on Amazon. But they are really, really nice, very helpful, and I'm very thankful for her sending that to me. But anyway, oh, look, it's splitting. Let's cut it again. This is really simple. I've had a whole lot of coffee this morning. Look at my hands shake. I'm drinking enough coffee to kill the average person, I think. So now you're just going to work away your ends however you want to. What I like to do is I'll just go under a few stitches this way, like so. And then we're going to go back in the other direction and I'll angle it this way. So that's the second direction, and then I'm just going to go back again in the third direction, and I have found that this holds really, really well. Really, really well. All right, so now we're just going to cut that. And of course, I will work away the other end on the inside of the bag down here at the bottom, and that will be done. But see, we have a nice thick strap here so it doesn't hurt your shoulder. And then here is your bag down here. Now, when you are adjusting the size of this, okay, in the pattern, I tell you how to adjust the size here and adjust the size here. And I don't really say much about the straps, okay, because I don't know how big or small you're going to make your bag. You can make these tiny and they're really cool for gathering seashells at the beach. That's what my kids like to do with them. But if you make it bigger or smaller, of course, you're going to have to adjust where you put the straps, right? Because if you go ahead and you skip the 8, you know, and then you do your 22 half double crochets and then skip 8, if you make your bag bigger, then that's going to make your straps a little lopsided, right? So when you get done with your netting part, and then, you know, you make your few rounds here. When it comes to the chain part for the handles, you just kind of just have to lay it down and take a look at it, try to fold it and get it as flat as possible, get everything centered, chain your 90, and then you're just going to have to eyeball it as to how many you need to skip and then how many half double crochets you need to make in between. It doesn't have to be exact as long as your straps, you know, are on each side, okay? You just have to eyeball it, you know? But anyway, here is the bag. You see, very, very stretchy. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed this. I would like to see your bags when you make them. Look in the description box, and I will have links to where you can find me on Facebook and other forms of social media. And, you know, you can contact me and post your pictures there. But anyway, I hope you liked it, and I'll see y'all next time.